All right. You see me messing around. But let's go ahead and talk turkey. If you were around yesterday, I did a stream where I talked about Pimsleur learning Pimsleur's language learning program. And right now I'm trying to learn Japanese because I'm moving to Japan here in a couple of months, and I need to learn the language a little bit. So what I'm going to do for this one is pretty much what I did yesterday, and that's we're in lesson 2 of 5 lessons of the first unit. So the first unit, beginner Japanese, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the second unit now, and I'm going to have you listen to the conversation of this, the conversation that starts the lesson, and then I'm going to plug it because, you know, I don't want to get hit up because of copyrights or anything like that and have the video pulled. So I'm just going to kind of repeat what's being said so that you're hearing what I'm hearing. And if you wanted to learn the language as well, then you're going to get that opportunity. So, let's start the lesson. You're going to hear the first part, and then I'm going to plug it into my earphones, and I'm going to let you know what's being said, kind of. I don't want to go word for word because, as I said, copyrights. So I'm going to have some water. All right. Okay, here we go.
Japanese 1. Listen to this conversation.
すみません。日本語がわかりますか？
はい、少し。
あなたはアメリカ人ですか？
はい、私はアメリカ人です。英語がわかりますか？
いいえ、わかりません。
Listen again.
すみません。日本語がわかりますか？
はい、少し。
あなたはアメリカ人ですか？
はい、私はアメリカ人です。英語がわかりますか？
いいえ、わかりません。
Say the word English in Japanese.
Okay. So you heard the conversation. They said it twice. And if you were with us yesterday, if you're with me yesterday, then you kind of know how to say some of the words in that conversation. Now, I'm going to put my headphones in, and I'm just going to kind of give you the walk-by version. So, first question was, do you remember how to say English in Japanese? And it's ego. I know that because I learned it yesterday. So, ego. Now, if you're saying it in a sentence, it's ego ga. Ego ga. So let's do this. Ego. Engo. Engo. English. Now, Japanese, the Japanese language. Nihongo. Nihongo. Japanese. I understand. Wakarimasu. Wakarimasu. Now say, I understand Japanese. Nihongo ga wakarimasu. Nihongo ga wakarimasu. A little. Skoshi. Skoshi. A little. Say, I understand Japanese a little. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. One time. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. I understand Japanese a little. Do you understand? Wakarimasu ka? Wakarimasu ka? Ka is a question mark. Wakarimasu ka? Wakarimasu ka? Go up on the end. Do you understand Japanese? Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Do you understand English? Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Say no. Iye, iye, iye. Say I don't understand. Wakarimasen. Wakarimasen. And sen is like don't understand. I don't understand English. Engo ga wakarimasen. Engo ga wakarimasen. Next. Engo ga wakarimasen. Saying it again, I don't understand English. I don't understand Japanese. Nihongo ga wakarimasen. Nihongo ga wakarimasen. A little. Skoshi. Skoshi. How do you say I understand a little? Skoshi wakarimasu. Skoshi wakarimasu. I understand Japanese a little. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Mind you, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. If you're doing Pimsleur, you can adjust the speed of what's being said. Right now I'm just going regular speed. Before I came on, I've done this particular unit once before, and I had it at 75% speed. And a regular unit or a regular lesson usually lasts about between 28 and 35 minutes, and when you go 75%, you're extending that to about 45 to 55 minutes, but you're getting every last syllable. So my suggestion is, if you're using Pimsleur, go 75%, 80%. First run, first time through. Second time through, go regular speed. I mean, even on this, with the second unit, or the second lesson, I'm still going to probably go back a couple of seconds and redo a couple of words, because I know that there's a couple of words in this lesson that I have trouble with. So, here we go. Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu, which I just said. I know a little bit of Japanese. I don't understand Japanese. Nihongo ga wakarimasen. Yes, Nihongo ga wakarimasen. I understand English. Engo ga wakarimasen. I'm sorry, Engo ga wakarimasu. Engo ga wakarimasu. Engo ga wakarimasu. Do you understand English? Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Wakarimasu ka? Say I understand a little. Skoshi wakarimasu. Skoshi wakarimasu. Skoshi wakarimasu. I understand English a little. Engo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Engo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Ask, are you American? I'm sorry. What? Anata wa America. Oh shit. Anata wa America jin desu ka? Which is a question. Are you American? Anata wa America jin desu ka? If you're answering yes, I am American, then you're going to say, Hai, watashi wa America jin desu. Hai, watashi wa America jin desu. So, hai, yes. Anata wa, I'm sorry. Watashi wa, I. America jin, American. Des is am or are. So kind of remember that. Am or are. Des. So, watashi wa America jin desu. If you're asking the question, are you American? Anata wa, which means you. Anata wa America jin desu ka? Because ka is a question mark, right? It's a question. It's a question word. Ka. Continue. Say good morning. Here it is. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Use this particular good morning is Ohayo gozaimasu. It could be used before 10 o'clock in Japan. And that's basically the morning time. Before 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, that's morning. So, ohayo gozaimasu. I've been saying a lot, so I could remember it. So let's go. Continue. So the first part, ohayo. Ohayo, kind of like the state. Ohayo. Yo, hai, ohayo. Right? Ohayo. Ohayo. Ohayo by itself means good morning. But if you're only using it, if you're using ohayo, you're talking to a friend or a neighbor, so, or a sister. Ohayo, sister. Ohayo, sister, good morning, right? If you're saying hi to somebody you're not familiar with, the polite way of saying this is gozaimasu. Gozaimasu, 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 gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Okay? We're going to sound it out, the end to the beginning. Mas. Saimasu. Saimasu. Gozaimasu. Gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning, politely. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Saying good morning to somebody that you work with, you would say that. Ohayo gozaimasu. Polite, just being polite. Again, neighbor, friend, family. Ohayo. Business partner, stranger, somebody you don't know. Ohayo gozaimasu. Just saying hi polite. Good morning politely. So, ohayo gozaimasu. So we're going to go through questions and answers, right? So, Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? What does that mean? Do you know Japanese? How would you answer? Skoshi, because it's a little. I speak a little bit of Japanese. So Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. I speak a little bit of Japanese. Now, you can ask somebody else, hey, do you speak English? And that's Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Because wakarimasu ka is understand? Question mark. If the person that you're talking to does not know English, they're going to say iie, which means no. Iie, engo ga engo ga wakarimasen. Now we're going to talk about the weather. So, this is good weather. How do you say good in Japanese? I. Yes. That easy. I. I. Good. So, I or E, a little bit longer, E. Now, weather is otenki. And we'll sound it out from the end to the beginning. Ki. Ki. Ten. Tenki. Tenki. Put that O in the front. Otenki. Weather. Otenki. Weather. So good weather. I otenki. Otenki. Weather. Right? Continuing. Good weather. I otenki. I otenki. I otenki. Saying are or am is des. Des. Yes, I are. Yes, I am. It's good weather. It's good weather. I otenki desu. It's good weather. I otenki desu. Des. I otenki desu. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning. Somebody, if you're talking to somebody, then they should answer the same way. Ohayo gozaimasu. If y'all are good friends, Ohayo. Saying it's good weather, isn't it? Saying it's good weather, isn't it? Ii o tenki desu. Ne is isn't it? Right? Isn't it? Ne. Ii o tenki desu ne. Ne has two meanings. Don't you or isn't it? So, ii o tenki desu ne. Good weather, isn't it? It's good weather, isn't it? Or it's good weather, don't you think? Right? So, ii o tenki desu ne at the end. Aren't you, don't you think, so on, right? It's like an exclamation point. Ne. Don't you think? Right? It's good weather, isn't it? Ii o tenki desu ne. Ii o tenki desu ne. Ii o tenki desu ne. And I'm saying it kind of regular speed. I could slow it down if I need to. And that's probably what will happen. Now here's a word that is English and Japanese, and the word is so. Like, it is so, right? So, how do you think you say so? Guess what? It's so. 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 It is so, isn't it? You can say it's so is, isn't it, right? So desu ne. So desu ne, which means it is so. Isn't it? It is so. Isn't it? It is so. So now let's say good morning again. Ready? Ohayo gozaimasu. It's good weather, isn't it? Ii o tenki desu ne. Ii o tenki desu ne. It's good weather, isn't it? If somebody agrees with you, you're gonna say so desu ne. So desu ne, as in I agree with you. So yes, so it is, right? It is so. If you're gonna say see you, ja mata. Ja mata. Mata. Ja. Ja mata. See you. Ja mata. Ja mata. Ja mata. Goodbye or see you. Ja mata. Say good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. It's nice weather, isn't it? Ii o tenki desu ne. It is. It is so. Right? So desu ne. So desu ne. So desu ne. Right? Try and say it 5-10 different ways. See you. Ja mata. Ja mata. Say I don't understand. Wakarimasen. Wakarimasen. Because sen means I don't, right? Now, I don't understand English. Engo ga wakarimasen. Engo ga wakarimasen. Engo ga wakarimasen. How about, do you understand Japanese? Right? I'm sorry. Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? Because the ga is a question mark. So, let's try, excuse me. Sumimasen. Sumimasen. Ask, are you American? Anata wa Amerikajin desu ka? あなたはアメリカ人ですか ?Question mark. あなたはアメリカ人ですか ?Are you an American? Say no. いいえ。Right? No. いいえ。See you. じゃあまた。じゃあまた。Excuse me. すみません。すみません。Do you understand Japanese? 日本語がわかりますか？日本語がわかりますか？ Saying you understand a little. 少しわかります。Isn't it? Don't you? ね。Right? ね。Say, you understand Japanese, don't you? So, 日本語がわかりますね。わかりますね。日本語がわかりますね。You understand Japanese, don't you? 日本語がわかりますね。Say yes, I understand Japanese. はい、日本語がわかります。Same level, right? はい、日本語がわかります。A little. 少し。少し。I understand Japanese a little. 日本語が少しわかります。日本語が少しわかります。Moreover, say hello. おはようございます。おはようございます。Actually, good morning. I'm sure just throwing off there. Good morning. おはようございます。Good weather? いいお天気ですね。It's a good weather, isn't it? You agree with somebody? そうですね。そうですね。It is so. So let's keep on moving. Say see you later. じゃあまた。じゃあまた。That one's pretty easy. That's a good one. So let's say thanks now. If you're a fan of sticks, then you know how to say thanks. And it's an easy one. Arigato. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Arigato. Right? Thanks. Arigato. Arigato. Say thanks. Arigato. 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 Say good morning politely. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning to somebody you don't know. Coworker. Stuff like that. Now say thank you politely. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Anytime you're saying something politely to people you don't know, arigatou gozaimasu. To your friend, arigatou. And say the weather's good. We just said it a couple of minutes ago. Ii o tenki desu ne. Ii o tenki desu ne. It's good weather, isn't it? Say you don't understand. What is it? Wakarimasen. Wakarimasen. Ask somebody, do you understand English? Engo ga wakarimasen. I'm sorry, Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Because ka is a question mark. Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Say yes, I understand. Hai. Engo ga wakarimasu. Or hai, wakarimasu. Yes, I understand. Or yes, I understand English. Engo ga wakarimasu. I understand English. Yes, hai. Now say I understand Japanese. What is the word for I? Watashi wa. So, watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. Yes, I understand Japanese. Now, I understand a little Japanese. In most cases, I and you are not used in Japanese. So you would not say anata wa or watashi wa. You would just say what you're doing, which would be you would say I understand Japanese, but you would not necessarily say the I. You would just say understand Japanese. So Nihongo ga wakarimasu is understand Japanese. If you're being declarative when you're saying this, I will no longer be implied. You are saying I understand Japanese, or you understand Japanese, which is when you would use watashi wa or anata wa. So for lack of a better term, let's go ahead and say I understand Japanese. And we're going to use the watashi wa. So, watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. Sorry, real late. So we're going to say again, I understand Japanese. Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. Watashi wa nihongo ga wakarimasu. So let's add a little bit to that. So we're going to say a little in the middle of it, right? Watashi wa nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. I understand a little bit of Japanese. Watashi wa nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. This is the part, real quick. I'm just going to go ahead. I paused it. I'm going to go ahead and say this. This particular word, this set of words that's coming up, is probably why I'm going to have to do this lesson 2 or 3 more times. So I'm going to slow it down on my end, just so I could say it slow enough to where I can understand it and you can understand it. So let's go ahead. This is, I am not skilled. Like, I know this language, but I'm not skilled in it, right? Or I am skilled. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm really glad that I slowed this down, because it's the way they say it faster. I kept on getting lost and saying it very wrong, right? So let's try again. Very good or skilled is this word. Joju. Or zu. Jozu. Zu. Jozu. Jozu. Very good. Right? Or skilled. Jozu. Skilled or very good. You are skilled. Jozu desu. Jozu desu. Jozu desu. You are skilled. You are skilled, aren't you? Jozu desu ne. Jozu desu ne. Jozu desu ne. You are skilled. You are skilled, aren't you? Jozu desu ne. When you're complimented in Japanese, it's customary to downplay your abilities so that you're like, oh no, I'm not good. No. Like, I'm not good looking. Would you say that? I wouldn't. So, jozu je arimasen. Jozu je arimasen. Jozu je arimasen. Oh, I'm not that skilled. Oh, I'm not skilled. So, arimasen. That's the end part of that. Sen. Arimasen. Arimasen. Jozu ja arimasen. Jozu ja arimasen. I am not skilled. Ja arimasen. Ja arimasen. Jozu ja arimasen. Oh, I'm not skilled. Jozu ja arimasen. Jozu ja arimasen. I'm not very good. Jozu ja arimasen. Jozu ja arimasen. That's an N at the end. Jozu ja arimasen. Ja arimasen. Jozu ja arimasen. Ja arimasen. Real quick, there's 6 minutes left in this particular lesson, and I'm going to try not to stop, but I do still have it at 75% because these last few words are a little bit harder, and I need to really sound them out to get them right. So, Jozu ji arimasen. Oh, I'm not that talented. I'm not that skilled. And skilled, I am skilled, is jozu. So you say jozu desu. I am skilled. Jozu desu. I am not very good, or I'm not very skilled. Jozu de arimasen. Jozu ji arimasen. Jozu ji arimasen. Jozu ji arimasen. I am not very good. You are skilled, aren't you? Jozu desu ne. Jozu desu ne. You are skilled, aren't you? Aren't you is ne. I am not skilled. Jozu de arimasen. Jozu ji arimasen. I am not skilled. Jozu ji arimasen. You are skilled. I am not skilled. Jozu desu ne. Or jozu desu. Jozu de arimasen. Jozu desu. Jozu de arimasen. Jozu ji arimasen. You're skilled. I am. You're skilled. I am not skilled. So let's go with saying thank you. Say thank you again. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu, because you're being polite. Gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Right? Moving on. Say I understand Japanese a little. And just a little bit. So I, wakarimasu. I'm sorry. Watashi wa. I say things wrong. Watashi wa nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. Watashi wa nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. I speak a little bit of Japanese. You're skilled in Japanese. This is going to be a tough one, so I'm going to have to do it slow. Nihongo ga jezoru desu ne. Sorry, you screwed it up. Nihongo ga jeoju desu ne. Jeoju desu ne. Jeoju desu ne. Jeoju desu ne. You are skilled, aren't you? You are skilled in English, aren't you? Engo ga jezo. I already forgot how to say it. Jeoju desu ne. Jeoju desu ne. Engo ga jeoju desu ne. There we go. I said it right. You are skilled. Say you're not skilled. Jeoju de arimasen. Jeoju de arimasen. Jeoju de arimasen. Jeoju de arimasen. Saying see you, ja mata. That that skilled, not skilled part is what screws me up all the time. So, see you. Ja mata. Say, excuse me. Do you understand English? So, sumimasen. Engo ga wakarimasu ka? Sumimasen. Engo ga wakarimasu ka? They'll say, yes, a little. Do you speak Japanese? Hai, skoshi nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? So now hai, skoshi. Yes, I speak a little. Yes, a little, right? You are skilled. Joju desu. Joju desu. Joju desu. Joju desu. You are skilled. I'm not skilled. Joju desu. Joju de arimasen. Joju je arimasen. Joju je arimasen. Joju je arimasen. You're skilled. I'm not skilled. Joju desu. Joju desu. You are skilled. Joju de arimasen. Joju je arimasen. I'm not skilled. It's pretty obvious. You are skilled in Japanese, aren't you? Nihongo ga joju desu ne. I got it right. Nihongo ga joju desu ne. I'm not skilled. Watashi wa Jeoju de arimasen. Jeoju de arimasen. There it is. You're going to thank somebody. You're going to say, arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Right? Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you, politely. So we have 1 minute left. We're going to do a short conversation. So, running into a business associate, we're going to answer. Ohayo gozaimasu. You're going to repeat, or to that person, Ohayo gozaimasu. Right? So let's have this conversation go back and forth. Iyo tenki desu ne. So desu ne. Yes, it is. Good weather, don't you think? Yes, so it is. Anata wa Amerikajin desu ka? Which means, are you an American? Which I would say, Watashi wa Amerikajin desu. Watashi wa Amerikajin desu. Do you speak Japanese? Nihongo ga wakarimasu ka? You would answer a little. Skoshi. Or Nihongo ga skoshi wakarimasu. I speak a little bit of Japanese. There's a little bit more. There's like 30 seconds. So now thank somebody. Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu. Ja mata, which means see you. Ja mata. And that concludes this lesson. So, now that we've gone through that, do you think that you are comfortable to move up ahead? Because technically you're supposed to do about 80%. So if you got 80% of this lesson, you can move on to the next lesson. In my case, I got 3-4 words I absolutely have to work on because they are horrible for me. But I feel that I did good enough that I could move on. So I'm going to go over this one more time before I do it again tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you are learning along with me. And I feel that together we can learn Japanese, even if it's just a little bit. Because learning a little bit of any language is enough to reach into somebody's heart that speaks that language and is born with that language. So it's a polyglot world out there. And the more languages you know, the more people you will meet and the more lives you will affect. So learn a language. It doesn't matter what it is. Spanish, Dutch, Russian, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Hindi, French, Polynesian, German, Italian. Learn a language that is not your language. If I could say anything, that's it. So, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that together we can learn this language. Albeit squishy. So, see you later. Thanks for riding with me.